Hello, welcome back, my dear students. This is the second second lecture in the utilities, and particularly in the marginal and the total utility and the relationship between both of them. So we will go now to another aspects, another some other ideas about how to calculate the total utility and the marginal utility from given data. So let's go first and check out these examples. I will share the screen. Like usually, I forget to share the screen, but it's okay. Anyhow, so let's go as example now for the here and examples for the marginal and the total utility as you see here. So if you give me an example like this, if you give me an exercise and tell me this is the quantity 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and this is the total utility. So the total utility, the total is 30, 55, 75, 90, 98, 98, 88, and 63. And he said, he wanted this time I in the X lecture I gave you the marginal utility and I asked you to calculate the total utility, but here now is the opposite. So we'll give the total utility like you see here, the total utility is given, and I'm now asked to get the marginal utility. Yeah, just let me remind you, the old one was the marginal and you will get the total. But here I will give you the total and you will calculate the marginal. So let's go for this example and see how it looks like and how can we solve it. Okay. And it's not that difficult. We can see it's very easy. So yeah. So the example is, here we go. We have the quantity from 1 to 8, quantity from 1 to 8, quantity quantity from 1 to 8, and we have the total utility here. This is the total utility. Total utility. We have the total utility. So here the quantity from 1 to 8, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the total utility is 30, 55, 75, 30, 55, 5, 5, 75, 7, 5, and 90, 98, 90, 98, and 88. I forgot the number, I think. 30, 55, 75, 30, 55, 75, 90, 98, again 98. Then we have 88, and we have 63. Great. So what we do now is, like I told you before, this is the solution. What is required here in this example? He gave me the total. He wants the required is to calculate the marginal utility. So now I want to calculate the marginal utility. That's fine. What I will do is, whatever come to me horizontal, I will put it vertical. So here we go. Here we go. Here is the quantity, or Q, the quantity, and here is the total utility, T, total U utility. That's fine. Okay, then We'll put the numbers back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I didn't do anything. All I did is just what came to me horizontal, I just put it in vertical. That's it. Now let's take this number 30, 55, 75, 90, 98, 98, 88, and 63. So how I will calculate it then? Now the required is calculate the marginal utility. I want to get the marginal utility here. I just want to get the marginal utility. So how I calculate it then? Whatever I said before, it's not a big deal. Look what I will do here. Here is the marginal utility, MU, M for marginal and U for utility. Now we said the first number in the total utility is the same number in the marginal utility. So I will put the 30 back. Here we go. Then that time, now because he gave me the total, so I will deduct. Because in the X example, he gave me the marginal. So I add. So that's how it looks like now. Let's see. 55 minus 30, this will give me 25. Again, I would say 55 minus 30. So you will go, because you say that the marginal utility is the difference in the total utility, due to consuming extra 1 unit. So I increase in my consume with 1 unit. What will happen to the total utility? Okay, again, the marginal utility is the change which happened in the total utility. The marginal utility is a change which happened into the total utility due to consuming 1 more unit. From 1 we came to, as example, in 1 unit the total utility were 30. In 2 consuming, or the consumption of 2 units, the total utility became 55. Then what happened? What are the differences, or what is the change which happened on the total utility? They were 30, they became 55. Then I would say the change is 55 minus 30. 55 minus 30, that will give me 25. And here we go. Here is a 25. Again, I'm saying the first number we put in here in the total is the same number we will put in the marginal utility. And go on the same thing. Now 75 minus 55. 75 minus 55. That will give me 20. Then 90 minus 75. 90 minus 75. That will give me 15. 15. Then here we go. 98 minus 90. 98 minus 90. That will give me 8. Okay. 98 minus 98 will give me 0. 98 minus 98 will give me 0. That's fine. Oh, this one. 88 minus 98. 88 minus 98 will give me minus 10. Will give me minus 10. So here it is, minus 10. Then 63 minus 88. 63 minus 88, that will give me minus 25. Minus 25. Did you notice one point? Watch out now the marginal utility column. Just I want you to watch it. The marginal utility started with 30. Then it goes down to 25, 20. So it's decreasing, like we said before. The marginal is decreasing, it's going down. And it reached into the 0 level. Here is a 0. Then after the 0, it became also to minus 10 and minus 25 at the end. That means that the marginal utility will go to the zero level, then it will go to minus after this. Example for this, the minus, like as example, if you are very thirsty, then you drink the first cup or the first glass of Pepsi or whatever, then it's in the marginal utility is the maximum. It's 30. The marginal utility here is 30. Then the second cup of Pepsi, it became 25. So it decreased the third cup to the limit that when if I give you one cup extra, one glass extra of Pepsi, you will tell me, no, I don't want any more. This is the zero because you don't want any more. And then it will turn into, no, I don't want. It's okay. It's minus now. So, like you see, the marginal utility decrease, it reach into the zero level, then it goes from the zero into the minus. It perform negatively after this. So this is the marginal utility. Like I tell you back, I will say to you back. Okay, but the relationship between both of them, it's very clear. The relationship is when I go from the marginal to the total, I will add. Okay, if I have the marginal, let's write it like this now. If I have marginal utility, if I have the marginal, if I have, or if let's say marginal is known, the marginal is known, and total is unknown, and total is unknown, then I will add. What is the meaning of this? If the marginal is known and the total is unknown, I will add. Like this as example. Let me take these two numbers. Whatever will come on the two numbers will come on the rest, but I'm just saying the idea. If I give you the quantity and the marginal utility, I didn't give you this column. Okay, I didn't give you the numbers of this column. You have to bring it, you have to extract it. Okay, but I gave you the marginal. So if the marginal is known, the marginal is known, and the total is unknown, this is not there, this is not there, the total is not there, then you will add. How I will add? I will put the first 30 here. Then 30 and 25 will be 55. Then go ahead, 50 plus 20, 75. 75 plus 15, 90. 90 plus 8, 98. But in case that I give you the total, if the total was known, this is the first case. Second case, if the total is known, but marginal unknown, then you will subtract. Then you will subtract. Okay, that's very easy now. Very easy to understand it. So now in the case, if the opposite now, I mean, I gave you the total and I didn't give you the marginal. Let's do it like this. I gave you the whole total utility and I asked you to get me the marginal utility. Simply, what you will do is, you will take the first number of the total because we said the first number of the total is the first number in the marginal, both of the same. Then you will go from there. 55 minus 30, that will give me 25. 75 minus 55, that will give me 20. 90 minus 75 will give me 15. 98 minus 90, that will give me 8. 98 minus 98 will give me 0. 88 minus 98 will give me minus 10. 63 minus 88 will give me minus 25. So like I told you, if I give you the total and I ask you for the margin, you will subtract. If I give you the margin and I ask you to get the total, then you will add. Don't forget this relationship. The third point is how to draw or how to sketch the relationship between both of them. How to write it, how to make the graph. And the graph is just, it's not a punctual, it's not an Excel class. and this is not statistics, but it shows the tendency of the numbers itself. The tendency. I mean, the total utility is increasing, right? To a limit, then decreasing after this. And the marginal utility is increasing, decreasing, 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 without going increasing anymore. So like that will do. And I did before in the X lecture. What you will do is the marginal total utility, you said the total utility will increase, then it will decrease later on. That's fine. So it will decrease, it will go down, no problem. But it will go, the slope of the total utility is going slowly. The slope of the total utility is going slowly, is not sharp. But when we come to see the marginal utility, oh no, it's going like a hell. Ooh, like this. So this is the total, and this is the marginal. Notice that the marginal will come to the 0 point. This is the 0 point. It will come here. Then from here, it will go down as well. So the marginal will continue to the negative part of the chart itself. But the total will never be negative. Total will never be negative. Okay. Thank you so much. This is the example. And let me go now and share the screen. Share the screen back. And I think everything is clear in front of you guys now. This was the example which we had now, the marginal utility, and this is the total utility. And like I told you, how we explained it, he gave me the total and he won the margin and is asked to get the margin. So I will put the first number in the total. I will put it in the marginal, 30, I will put it here. Then I will deduct 55 minus 30 will give me 25. 75 minus 55 will give me 20. 90 minus 75 will give me 15, and so on till the end. Notice that, like I'm repeating back what I said. We reach in the marginal to the 0 level. Then after this, it goes into the negative. So take care while you're working on the marginal. Marginal is always decreasing. It's not increasing. And here is an example. Like here is the graph of this example. The total utility here is increasing to a big part or a big limit. Then after this start, the slope goes down for the total, or for the total, okay, it goes down. So no problems, no worries. But the slope of going down is slowly, is not going like sharp down, okay. It's moving slowly down. It's moving slow. I'm talking about the total. But regarding the marginal, which is green here, this is the green is the marginal. Look at this. It started already decreasing. It never increased. It started decreasing. Look at it. Watch the green one. Here it's decreasing, 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 decreasing. Then it came up to the intersect with the on the 0 level. Then it went to the negative part of the x and y. We'll move on now to another question and another example. Okay.